It's time for the second out of 3 chances at qualifying for the Vintage Mox qualifier. Yeah, great naming convention that one is. Vintage Showcase, 8 rounds, 165 players. Let's do it. Welcome, vintage gamers, to the showcase. This is the second showcase out of 3 for season 1 of 2025. Nothing crazy for me on this one. I'm going to play almost the same list as last night. I did get the Bowmasters into the list over the second negation, and I'm going to try playing the first dress down over the second trainer. It just kind of, Artie's arguments last night at the end of the stream kind of sold me on it. Can't really be bad, so it's not a huge deal if it's not amazing anyways. It's a blue cantripping card that loops with Lurrus. What more can you ask for? I guess the preamble to this is I am not feeling well today. I don't know why, but I have a massive headache. I did all the things that I think I can to try to mitigate that, but I'm just going to do the best I can, and hopefully we can play well for our 8-round Swiss tournament here, where top 8 qualifies us for the invite-only showcase qualifier event. We have at least over 150 players today. Nice big, one of the biggest vintage events of the year on Magic Online. Should be a lot of fun. Anything else about this deck list? No, it's basically the same thing I've been playing week over week. If you want to learn more about this deck list, maybe check out some of the past videos. In the flex slots, I've been very happy with Chain of Vapor. One Flusterstorm is probably debatable. You could probably get a second one in there if you really wanted to beat the mirror. Any number of Thundertrap trainers seems good, but I don't know what the right number is between 1 and 4. I'm not really a big 4 Thundertrap gamer, but I found 2 to be very good. And then Momentum Breaker has been either really good or not as good as I'd hope it would be, depending on if they have an Orcish Bowmaster in play usually. Sideboard we have enough move removal for mono white, enough counters for Doomsday in the mirror, and I think enough stuff for Flesh Raker. There's a lot of Flesh Raker decks running around. I know I like the matchup in general, but I've actually lost the matchup multiple times now in challenges on stream, so I have conceded at least one more sideboard slot to an Orcish Bowmaster that I can bring in for that matchup. Orcish Bowmaster not actually that great in that matchup if they're bringing in like the Null Rod plan, but maybe it's still pretty good against good enough against Crawler that it just limits the number of like good draws they can possibly have. Anything else? I do think Stock Up is broken. Stock Up is the real reason that this deck is seeing play these days, and the reason that we're playing this deck instead of Doomsday in this event. Though I do think that Doomsday is quite good against the field right now, so I would not be unhappy to register Doomsday for this event. Let's see what people show up for in this 8-round Vintage Showcase. I'll see you in round 1. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxens will be part of this celebration of vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYC trophy, Karn altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, round 1, we got to play up against Danny. Not sure what Danny's going to be on, but I have a cat. They have no cat. I have a nice PO opener, so I will keep. This is actually a PO with Flusterstorm, so this is basically one of the best possible hands you can have. Yeah, Chain is much better than Repeal. Chain has been incredible, but they both come off the scroll. Thanks for this BBQ. This is like one of the best possible hands we can really have. Obviously, the Momentum Breaker is a bit out of place, but everything else is quite good. Did he Mind Break Trap you in game 1? Force plus Mind Break Trap, I assume. It is BBK after all. I'm just going to do my best to try to stay focused and make good plays today. But like I said, I'm really brain foggy today. Don't know why. Head hurts. All right, resolve, but we drew no additional mana. We did draw a Snapcaster and a Scroll, though. Those both represent more POs. From this spot, I could use either. So I'm going to start with... I'll start with snapping a PO back, because if I need to, the Scroll can go find me a force, right? It's also one more card. All right, there's a force and a bauble and some lands. I'm going to merchant for a PO. And then I'm going to play a bauble. I can crack this if necessary, but it's going to limit my opponent's good stuff. Let's get rid of this land. Did have to pass the turn here, which is a little unfortunate, but not a huge deal. We've got about 1 million mana, and we've got about 1 million cards. So Patchwork Automaton, maybe? For a monolith. Sure. If this is like Scrawling Crawler, we can just momentum break it if we want. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so we have Flesh Raker round 1. This is kind of why I like the deck in the matchup. You have just more powerful hands than the opponent. Obviously, we won the die roll, though, which is incredibly important here. So I have 6 mana. I'm going to definitely go scrap or momentum break this Scrawling Crawler and then PO. I don't think I need to, but I think it's fine. Momentum break. Yo. I think I'm just gonna snap PO without playing bauble, or I could just start with a stock up. Maybe I'll just start with a stock up. I have this Lotus anyways. I also could just like buy a Lurrus, play a Lurrus, and rebuy. I think all of these things are like pretty reasonable. Let's just start with a stock up. Jet Probe. I guess not the best stock up, but an additional card here. Let's just probe my opponent. Pretty solid hand, all things considered. I have like so many choices, and they're all pretty reasonable. I guess I'll just PO again without using my land drop, so I could theoretically get an Academy. But I guess I will use my Vexing Bauble for an additional card. I think that's better than buying Lurrus, playing Lurrus, and doing whatever. Could be wrong, though. A little bit surprising we haven't won the game yet, but it's fine. There's another PO. There's the Academy. I feel like that's probably going to be good enough. Yeah, that's going to be good enough because every PO is 2 POs from this spot. Let's play a Momentum Breaker. Man, I am just... It's not like I'm falling asleep, but it's like I'm just disassociating. It's very odd. I'm just gonna PO one more time. All right, so that's Vault Key. Just good enough for me. Let's do a Time Vault and a DT and a key. Play the key. And I don't know, buy a Lurrus. Take a turn. Play a Lurrus. Play a time. All right. I'll probably just vamp for a Saga there is probably the quickest way to do this. I mean, my clock is a reasonable thing to attack in these games. Like, this deck doesn't really win fast. But I am pretty fast at playing the deck. But I also lose a bunch of time by talking to chat, so. All right, so I'm gonna bring in Bowmaster, Dismember, and Snuff Out. I'm gonna bring in, I'm not sure about Negation. I'm gonna bring in Hercules and Sabotage, and I'm not sure about Needle, because if they're bringing in Null Rods, then I don't want to bring in Needles. Let's see what the decks look like. Looks like about half the lists are on Null Rods now. Not sure where that will end up then. But Island, Fluster, Probe, I'm leaving Chain, Bobble on the draw. I don't think I'm bringing in extra negations. I'm gonna theoretically try out this dress down here. I'm not sure how I'm gonna cut enough cards to be reasonable about this. I was cutting this Sensei's top previously. Yogwill. Maybe like some of the stock ups in the POs. Maybe this trainer. Maybe a stock up. I don't know. Is a stock up better than a PO? It's a little hard to say. I just have so many good cards that it's like really hard to board because everything is good against my opponent's deck. I think I'm gonna bring in one needle. Let's try this. Not sure. I have not really found a exact boarding plan for this matchup. I probably should have done that, but it's just like it's the hardest part is all of the cards are good against the opponent's deck. Like if you draw a card, it's good against your opponent. Raker Shops, like so I'm bringing in 8 cards. Is that like too many cards? Like maybe I'm going and making myself too weak. That's why I don't want to I don't want to cut any like the POs and stuff because I want to make sure my deck is just doing my thing at a appropriate speed. Let's see. Probably definitely put the second stock up back in on the play and the bobble back in on the play. See what happens. Okay. This hand looks fine. Obviously better on the play. Obviously Opal is being an Opal here. Maybe I should trim an Opal with some of the artifacts I was cutting. 7 card keep from the opponent. This is a patchwork, that's fine. Monolith, that's fine. That's fine. I have a momentum breaker. I'll probably counter a second creature if they have one. Stone Brain. That's also fine. If they want to take like stock ups or POs or Volkey or whatever, I don't think I care. This card, I think, is a huge trap. Just basically a waste of a slot. I would not recommend putting it in your deck. I really like to play out this Mana Vault, but I don't think I can. I feel like I have to hold up Sabotage. Does mean opponent's going to draw an extra card off Crawler, but I think that's also acceptable with our double counter spell. Maybe they'll name like Force of Will. Drew a Time Vault. We took Talent out. Yeah, it didn't really perform yesterday. We'll have to pitch this Time Walk because this Sting into Super is currently in my other land. Because I could technically use my Mana Vault. Sure. Yo, thanks, CeeLo. Appreciate it. What are they naming here? I'm just really happy my opponent's playing Stonebrain and not like a card that does something. This probably means they don't have Null Rods in their deck though, so we might want to bring in that second needle. All right, I have no POs left in my deck, but does that matter? Doesn't seem like that's the thing that matters. Probably helps me. Well, not really, because I did draw this Mana Vault, so I do have like a PO possibility, but a lot of times that's going to help me if I have like a bad no Mox in hand. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about the current outlook of this game. We'll see what happens. All right, I have 4 POs gone from my deck. If they want to play another land, they have to sack the City of Traders. They gave me an additional card with Scrawling Crawler. That's... Oh, I can't sabotage this because it's not an artifact. All right, so I will force this then. Pitching Time Walk. They get to look at my hand when they do the Stonebrain, right? So they know my whole hand. All right, drew a non-sink into Stupor. I think I would rather... So if I play my Mana Vault and my Time Vault, I get to leave open Sabotage, right? So I probably should do that, even though my life total is getting a little bit precarious. Guess it runs me into a Mind Break trap, theoretically. All right, I don't know. This is a great spot. My opponent has... I mean, they haven't lost any mana crit flips, but... I guess I don't have any POs to pick up my stuff anymore, but... I do have Lurrus eventually looping Momentum Breaker, and I have Sabotage for a 1-ring. So I can't buy Lurrus and play... I guess I could play the Sink into Stupor as 3 damage, and then I would have enough. I don't really want to do that, though. I don't really want to counter this because I have Momentum Breaker loop, but I don't think I'm allowed to let this go for a whole turn, so I'm just going to counter it. Hopefully they don't follow this up with a ring, but... Stonebrain is not a good Magic card. I don't recommend playing it. A lot of these decks are very multifaceted. Vamp Tutor. All right, so I have a key combo. I have a key combo, and I can hold open Sink into Stupor, so I will have a little bit of a life total issue, though. Do I want to Stupor a ring from this spot? I'll go to 10. I'll go to 8. I don't need to, but I also would have to play it all the way out and all the way through. I think I am just going to. I don't need to, but it's just like making my life easier. And this is why you don't Stonebrain PO. I do need to untap my Mana Vault, but once I can do that, I'm home free here. That's a good draw because it lets me buy Lurrus, and then I won't have to untap my Mana Vault. Lurrus is pretty broken with Time Vault Key. Oh, I guess it doesn't let me play Lurrus yet, so I still have to draw out of here. Snuff Out is a bad draw. The good news is I can sack this Momentum Breaker, I guess. Oh, wait, maybe I could have just used the Opal. That would have probably worked. I didn't. I'm like I said, I am not doing well today. Just in like life-wise. I don't know what's going on exactly, but yeah, I can. It took me an extra turn to figure that out. I don't know. Sorry about that, chat. I don't know what's going on today. All right. That's a really solid win versus a very favorable matchup. It's a great way to start the tournament. Okay, here we go. Round 2, Vintage Showcase event. 1-0. We're up against fellow streamer Demonic Tutors. See what we can do. I'm sure that Demonic Tutors will be playing a cat. This hand is very awkward because we have our tap land. But I can't imagine mulliganing it, so hopefully we don't get wastelanded. This is like a very awkward hand. No Metalcraft, but we have lots of good draws, and we have a look. Not me was right. All right, let's not say not me was right. This is certainly one of the instances where having a tap land is worse, but all the instances where we fetched it up and got rid of bad cards are certainly worth it. All right, a Time Walk on top is going to be a no from me. Not me feels right. No, chat. Don't say not me is right. I'm gonna hold this Opal. Get punished by maybe a turn 1 Lavinia or something, but no wasteland. All right, that's really good for us. That's so good for us. You have no idea. Okay, we had a Tolarian Academy. We didn't even need it. All right. What do we want to do here? We have so many choices here. What if we DT for a Mana Crypt? Decent Demonic Tutor says he's double queuing a TFT game. All right, so I'm going to start by playing Opal and Tolarian Academy, and that will give me extra mana to play around the Spell Pierce, and then I'm going to DT. And I think I'm either DTing for Mana Crypt, Lotus, or Ancestral. Something that's good with this Yawgmoth Will. I think the answer is Mana Crypt. I'm going to play Mana Crypt, and then I'm going to play Stock Up. Yeah. They might force this. Turns on my Opal and gives me about a jillion mana. No. This makes 3 blue mana. I think I'm willing to go and hold this black mana and go Stock Up here. Obviously, this plays pretty badly into maybe a 1-of Flusterstorm or something, but still playing around Spell Pierce. This might get negated. I guess getting negated is not great. Okay, nothing got happened, so what do I want? These cards are not particularly good. Maybe the answer is Brainstorm and Vamp. Maybe the answer is breaking some momentum. I want to do something that uses some of this blue mana, but I don't know what I'm like trying to play on my next turn here. If I Brainstorm now, though, I at least get to play around Bowmaster, I guess. I'm gonna try taking Brainstorm and Vamp and casting Brainstorm. I don't really like buying Lurrus here, so All right, that's a Force and a Saga and a Soul Ring. Those are very interesting cards. I think I just don't care about this Vamp, and I just put the Saga back on top, and then I put Vamp and Saga back on top, and I play Soul Ring and buy Lurrus, so I'm passing the turn with Force, Misstep, Lurrus, and Yogwill, and then I draw into my Saga on the next turn. That's kind of how I feel right now, so let's do that. It's a pretty big advantage from my turn 1 here. See how this goes. I don't think this Yogwill needs to get better, no. Soul Guide Lantern, wow. It's kind of awkward, isn't it? I want to misstep it. Because I should have Hardcast Force Yogwill, right? All right, they're going to counter it. It's fine. I can just ignore the Yogwill plan. Spell Pierce, I assume. Yeah, that's fine. All right, no Yogwill plan. But I still have Urza Saga and Lurrus and Force. It's not a huge deal. But I definitely lose a lot of my value. But I have a Vamp coming as well, so... They have to have a Wasteland for the Saga. They have a Wasteland. We're not in a particularly good spot. They're going to play a Frog. DT. DT for a Wasteland? That's not happening. Demonic Tutor? Cast Demonic Tutor? Feels illegal. Or maybe it feels right. No, they got Force backup, so... That's not great. Oh, they don't Force back. Interesting. Interesting. They pitched... They lost a life right there, right? Like, they were trying to Force and then didn't. They think they can beat this Saga? That feels interesting. This should be Control, yeah. I lost a lot of life from Crypt Flips, but maybe Lurrus will get me some life back. I'm surprised they didn't counter the Demonic Tutor. All right, the Lantern is cracked, so now we have about infinite action. Fatal Push it? Sure. Frog? Sure. Frog? Or Treasure Cruise? Looks like Treasure Cruise. I'll Vamp in response to that just to... it doesn't really help me. Maybe I won't Vamp in response to that. I just want to get an action spell. I don't know if it's Ancestral or if it's just PO. Ancestral can get misstepped. So if I could have like vamped in response to that to play around misstep and then gotten Ancestral. But I should have enough action to be able to PO and Yogwill, right? Oh, they found the Wasteland. I guess that's pretty bad for me. Maybe they have a second Fatal Push too. All right, 4 cards in my opponent's hand, including probably a Force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see no reason we can't PO. Why would you go for Ancestral instead of PO when they can have like misstep and stuff? Doesn't really make sense to me. I have infinite mana, right? They could have double Force here, theoretically. Do we win a game if they have double Force here? Sounds good, done. Also, I keep losing my mana crit flips, right? I won that one. I got the Force. All right. I don't have anything to take out, right? So I just PO to start. All right. Now we're cooking. We have a Vamp and a Saga and a Lurrus in our yard. This game should be won. All right. It's a good matchup. Lurrus Control. I got to figure out exactly how I want to sideboard for this, because I do have the extra Bowmaster now that I want to bring in. And then Theoretical Lantern as well. So I usually like taking out an Opal, a Vamp. I don't know if he is on Null Rod or not. Negation. Maybe it's just some forces. He says, this is like the point where you start like, I'm not needing all in wasted. Stop it. Stop it. This is the point where like all of my cards are good again and I have to figure out which one is the worst and I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna just not play this. I can't figure out room to fit the Soul Guide Lantern. Let's try this. Let's try this. All right. I'm feeling a bit better now, so that's good. This hand has no Moxen. It's still a keep. Swamp? You kept in Swamp? I would board that out. Play this untapped. Kind of want him to just wasteland it. Yeah, I mean, this hand needs help for sure. I want no changes, but let's not talk about ban restrictions in the middle of the game. I'm gonna wait to dismember this until I have Flusterstorm back up. I guess they could theoretically pitch everything to this, but I think that's fine. I might lose if they do that, but maybe I just lose if they do that, actually. Oh, they're gonna just do it? What a beast. Okay. I'm surprised, but maybe I shouldn't be. All these cards are so bad. Okay. I mean, they pitched 4 cards to it. I take 1,000,000 damage. I die in like 2 hits. Yeah, maybe I lose to that. That's pretty funny. Should I have waited, I guess? That's kind of wild. Oh, maybe I'll draw Momentum Breaker. Okay. I mean... Time Walk? Or is it another frog? Or they have a Delve spell. Well, Delve spell is actually pretty good for me. Oh, wait, no, they can always pitch 2 cards and fly. But if they pitch 2 cards and fly, then they kill me. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna have to see how well this turn goes. I have lots of answers to this card, right? If I draw a mana, like a Mox or if I draw a Mox or a thing, I can Chain of Vapor this as well. A Mox or a land. I drew a stock up. I could Demonic for a Lotus and then Merchant Scroll for a Chain if I want. I could Demonic for... I can't really Demonic for a Mana Crypt, unfortunately. They'd have to have, like, second Daze. Because they've already pitched Daze and Mental Misstep. I don't really want to go Lotus here, but... Do I have a choice? My only other choice is Mana Crypt, right? Maybe I should just believe my Mana Crypt won't kill me, because it helps me make mana. Oh, wait, Mana Crypt doesn't work because I won't have enough blue mana. So my only play is Lotus, Merchant, Chain. That leaves me in a really bad spot. I kind of needed to draw a land or a Moxen on that turn, and I missed. I don't really have another choice, though, right? Well, I can't go Crypt because I won't have enough blue mana. I have to go Lotus. This is really bad, actually, but I think it's forced now. I mean, I could go Ancestral still, but it's kind of asking for a lot. I mean, I have double stock up still. I feel like I just have to go Chain and try to give myself the time I need. I don't think it's worth the gamble, no. I think I can win this game with just Chain. Like, if I draw any Moxen next turn, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. If I don't draw mana though, I'm pretty bad. I'm in a pretty bad spot still. I think that draw of stock up there was really rough for me. If I had drawn a mana, I think we'd actually be in a great spot. But now we're only in an okay spot. Wasteland on my... they have Wasteland and Frog as their last 2 cards. That's not very good for me. I'm going to have to draw a Moxen now. Oh, they went for the Academy that makes no mana. Okay. It doesn't change very much. All right. I'll go to 6. And I'll stock up. Yogwill looks pretty good. Yogwill Force. Just hope I don't get wasted again. Or do I take Soul Ring Yogwill? I'll go Yogwill Force. Not exactly sure how I'm playing this Yogwill out, but we'll see what happens. By Lurrus. Okay. I'm not sure dumping everything to Frog was good. That is not a thing I'm willing to say. All right, so I'm pretty sure it's just Lotus Academy. I'm probably chaining again. I'm trying to figure out what my best spell is. Maybe I start by DTing. Yeah, I'd be in a worse spot. If I dismember, I guess I could theoretically dismember pitching 1 cost. 1. Dismember's like not that good though, because they have a Lurrus coming. I want to like find some action. I have 4 mana. I'm probably forcing their Lurrus. It's probably just dismember down to 3. Oh god, dismember down to 3 sounds so bad. What if I just start with Merchant Ancestral? Could just start with stock up as well. If I use Force to 4 and Dismember to 2, I probably can't even crack a fetch again because of like Bowmaster. It's really a rough play to do what you're saying, Sully. I don't know if it's really what we want. I could also like Demonic Tutor for a Momentum Breaker. I could just stock up instead of merchant it for an ancestral. I can float a blue, stock up, and then theoretically chain this. I don't know the answer. Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of very valid options here. How do I, like... How do I... How do I do this? I guess I can just merchant first. When I pay the life first, it uses my black mana the wrong way. Fuck. All right, we figured it out. Yay. I don't know. My opponent's just playing a TFT game. He's talking to me about, like, doing well with Academy. Is stock up better than Ancestral here? I don't think so, actually. Just because of the mana situation. I feel like this was bad. I feel like I should have stocked up and chained. I don't know. I'm not really sure what I was supposed to do. Because I feel like I'm in a pretty bad spot now, but... Play a bauble, play a time walk, play a sewers. Opal. Guess we just bottom this, graveyard this. Dress down. I'm mana short on Lurrus unless I play out my turn and fetch. Then I can die to Bowmaster. So I guess I just buy Lurrus and pass. I guess I play out the fetch land, but I don't want to use it. I'm pretty worried about this game. I feel like I played badly. I actually, like, this playing this untapped on turn one really cost me a lot. It's actually pretty wild. So if I fetch, I can blank a Bowmaster with a dress down. Is that good? Like, getting another land in play is really important, but going to 2 is like, going to 1 is like really bad. I'm really concerned here. Saga Gaming. It's quite a draw. Doesn't go well with my dress down Lurrus loop, though. They're F6'd. I want an opal. Oh, my opal doesn't make anything. Okay, well, maybe I didn't want an opal. It'll make things later. It's fine. Oh, I just freed all their Moxen. Oh my god! That's wild. I don't think those matter, though. Maybe they matter for, like, a dig through time or something. I mean, I really wanted to, like, get my mana going. And the only way to do that is to crack my bauble anyways. Alright, I really need this Lurrus to life gain. Alright, there's a bauble. I don't actually think replaying my bauble is that good. Let's just attack and see what happens first. I really don't want to dress down and make constructs. So here's a bowmaster. So I have to dress this down, right? No, I mean, it was definitely correct to crack bauble. Then I don't life gain. I could, like, full pay dismember, but that's not actually good. I don't know, man. This game is hard. This game is so hard. I guess if this gets hardcast negated, am I in a bad place? I'm not actually not that in a bad place if this gets hardcast negated, because they, like, I trade this thing and then I bowmaster their thing. It's not even that bad. Oh, PO. I don't actually have a lot of artifacts in play to PO. I don't even, like... I should have not used this mana, because now if I play Bauble, I have less mana to dismember or play my own Bowmaster. I think I fucked this up somehow. Oh, I can't play Bauble because I have a dress down. All right. I'm going to let the dress down go, and then I have to consider replaying the dress down. I don't think I'm going to, though. I think I'm going to play... I guess I could play Bowmasters and retrigger the dress down. But I also don't want to do that. What is this? Hardcast Force on my Bowmaster? But that's fine. I don't understand that play. All right, they're just off it. I don't know. I'm like actually really perplexed onto how I was supposed to play these last like 5 turns. This game was really weird. And I think if my opponent was like focused in on what was supposed to be going on, that I would lose this game. Like I love DT. Check out his stream for sure. But he seems to be playing a TFT game at the same time as this game. And I am not convinced I was supposed to win this game. I don't know what I was supposed to do, but like I said, I'm like kind of off it today. Like off my game today. This game was really hard because my life total was so at risk. I mean, maybe I wasn't supposed to play untapped Springs to start the game and just like turn off Flusterstorm. I don't know. This game was really hard. I just had no life total to work with. Does this mean that like something else should have been hardcast forced? I feel like my dress down should have been hardcast forced, but then I guess I would have replayed the same dress down anyways, so that wouldn't have changed anything. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at this game some other time because this is really perplexing. All right, on to round 3 versus the Star. Let's see if he's on Oath again or if a switch up has happened. Oh, I'm seeing a Lurrus reveal, chat. No Oath. No loot this time. What is this hand? Oh, no. What is this? If it's Lurrus PO, is this hand actually good? It's not good hand if they're on Wasteland. But if they're on Lurrus PO, is this hand good? I honestly feel like it might be. I mean, if this was a force, or if this was a... Yeah, I think I'm going to mulligan this hand, but it's actually fairly close. If I knew for sure my opponent was on Lurrus PO, I'm going to just mulligan this hand. Okay, this hand is fine. Gonna Ancestral on their turn to play around negation. Interesting. All right. Ah, Lurrus Deathrite Shaman. All right, I'm glad I didn't keep that first hand. If I vamp for a key, I still have it. They have to have negation. It's probably worth. Oh, I don't have it because I get wastelanded. I play a key. I'm 1 mana short. Play a key, 2 mana. I'm short. I think I just pass and then play stock up. Yeah. Negation. Time walk. Sure. Blue. Frog. By Lurrus. By Lurrus. Strip mine. Now I have enough, right? I get wasted. I vamp. I play key. No, I'm still 1 short. Vamp. Key. Tolarian. 1 short. Vamp Momentum Breaker. It's not that good. They have Lurrus in 3 cards. I think I'm still going for it. Main deck trap? I can still get Collector Roofed here or Replicate or something. Green. Yeah. Really needed to save my force for their Collector Roof. This matchup has got to be the worst in all of the format. Lurrus Deathrite Shaman. Thanks, Waterfalls. This is like got to be my worst matchup. I don't like seeing this. I do have that dress down to draw 2. I don't know if that helps a ton, but is this Bobble worth playing? I'm 1 mana short of Hardcast Force, so I guess so. They only have 1 more land to use off this Deathrite Shaman. They have Time Walk. Brainstorm. I don't know. This is like a really hard game to win. My opponent had Negation, Mindbreak Trap, double Oof in game 1. It's definitely a hard spot. Wobble. Oh yeah, sure. It's fine. Chalice check. I kind of need to hit like Dress Down into Black Source, lets me play Lurrus, then loop Dress Down every turn and take infinite turns, I guess. I just keep drawing garbage. All right. That's a really unfortunate game. I do still think I played it pretty well, though. Like, I played that game slow, and I got rewarded for it, but I just got trapped. Don't think I'm ever playing around game 1 trap, so... this is a matchup where I do want Snuff Out. I don't know if my opponent has Bowmaster or not. Who knows what's in their deck, really? There's like barely any Lurrus PO decks or Lurrus Deathrite Shaman decks to build off of. I even had the Dress Down though in our deck there. It's unfortunate. Maybe I will play the Bowmaster, assuming that. I mean, it's tough to play Bowmaster in that deck. You run into some blue and green mana problem, or not mana, but count problems. Don't really like Vamp in this matchup typically. No, you do not bring in Tabernacle. No. I don't really want to play Bobble, but I might just have to play Bobble. I'll cut my Bobble and my top. Just like try to trim. Yeah, this is not a matchup I expected to see, and one I'm definitely not happy about seeing. This is one of the decks that I think is underrepresented in the field. I think Lurrus Breach and Lurrus Deathrite Shaman are two decks that don't really have any pilots right now, but are both very good. It's not a bad draw. Wasteland, huh? All right, so be it. Yeah, they have it. Mystical Dispute, bro. All right, I think I lost. My opponent's gaming a little too hard on me here. Sad. I don't know. Like, what the fuck was I supposed to do differently here? Just cast the Ancestral on their first upkeep without Bauble Protection? I don't know. This feels awful, though. Of course, drawing these cards has not been good for me, but just getting wastelanded out of another game of Magic. Deathrite, I assume. All right, can I get a fetch? Or jet? Or a PO? I don't know. This sucks. Sucks so hard. Like, by the time I finally get something, they're gonna just force whatever my good play is, right? Like... I know this doesn't mean... This means I can't Momentum Breaker it, but I feel like I have to. I just can't. I can't. It's just so bad. They might counter this. Yeah. They have a Spell Pierce, too. I don't know. Just getting demolished. They have another one. Wasteland is just completely broken Magic card. They have 4 oofs and extra null rods. Not much to say. My opponent just built a good deck for the metagame and crushed it. Hopefully they do really well. I mean, I think our deck can beat their deck, but just these draws have not been what I needed. I don't think the Snapcaster is very useful with the Death Ray just being held up the whole time. Okay, what is my choice here? Start with a breaker, maybe? Yeah, our deck has been running on pretty much full cylinder. Yeah, sure. But we just hit like a metagame hateful deck here and then got wastelanded out of the game. Our hand wasn't even bad. It had Ancestral. It's just I didn't have fetch lands, so I couldn't protect myself. Like if I had a fetch land instead of an Underground Sea, then I could play Bobble off of Island on turn 1, and then I would have been protected. But I couldn't. Wasteland is too good. I mean, the main deck Mindbreak Trap really got us in game 1, to be fair. That also kind of wrecked us. One could have just won the game, right? Just pitch 4 cards and then Death Ray activated while I was tapped out. It's not like I have a balance in my deck, so... Don't really see an out. Yeah, I mean, we're just way too far behind to remotely come close to winning. Their entire deck is counter spells. Looks like they're going all in now. They had 2 more forces in their hand. Alright, I will cast Chain of Vapor. Just kidding. I don't have Chain of Vapor. You got me. Oh, I just have no chance. It's okay. Sometimes you lose. It is what it is. All right, on to round 4 of our 8-round 165-player event. We are up against fellow streamer Tony Scaponi. We do know that Tony is on Flush Raker Shops today. He won the die roll, and my hand is garbage. Legacy, light hand here. We were watching Tony a little bit in between rounds, so we know he's got no rods in his sideboard, but we don't know if he'll bring them in, because we watched him play against a Painter PO player and not bring them in. We'll have to see what he chooses to do. That being said, this matchup is pretty good still, but we are on the draw here, which is a huge problem, especially because we have a weak hand, and we'll have to mulligan. A lot of our power in the matchup comes from like a very powerful early stock ups and POs. Yeah, that's a mulligan into nothing that can work. My opponent is also mulligan to 6. This will definitely be a match where my opponent is in and out of making plays, as Tony is a beast and frequently streams double queuing. So he'll be playing 2 matches of Magic at the same time and streaming over it. like a beast. I cannot do that. I can't play one match of Magic and I can barely play one match of Magic in stream. Let's see. We're gonna have to go to 5 here. We're looking for things that include a lot of Moxen and a PO. Something like that would be really nice. This is acceptable. I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm gonna go for Demonic Ancestral Momentum Breaker their first play. Hopefully they don't have like a turn 1 Flesh Raker. That would be bad. Oh, Vexing Bauble. Yeah, I guess that's a problem as well. Maybe I should have kept my first hand. We were forced to play slow Magic. Let's see. Sensei's top. Are they passing? Oh my. That is very interesting. Undercity Sewers. Sensei's top. I don't think we're going to have the mana to utilize that. Force. Well, that card doesn't do anything. Okay, so what do we want to do then? Do we want to just DT for an Ancestral, get things going? Or do we want a Thunder Trap, looking for something good off of that? We don't really have like great main deck answers to things that are happening in our opponent's deck. If they do go for a Flesh Raker and they have Bobble up, it's really hard for us to combat that with just our Momentum Breaker. Like saving this Demonic Tutor gives me more outs to Vault Key later here. I think I'm just gonna go with a Thunder Trap Trainer. We might end up DTing for Saga next turn. It's absolutely possible. Depends on what they do, really. Brainstorm Lorien Revealed. I kind of like the idea of Brainstorm. Let's keep that around in case it's good. All right, well, let's see what opponent does here. Because if they go like float a mana, get a Soul Ring, play a Flesh Raker, make a thing, then it's really bad for us. And we'll have to focus on our game plan. Vexing Bauble makes for very underpowered games of Vintage. Not really like a good or a bad thing, just a statement. So if they don't draw mana this turn, what are they going to do? They got a second top? They're just going to go for the Raker kill? Wow. And because they have monoliths, they drew City off the top and they had a monolith, so this actually just kills me? That is crazy. Like they didn't have this City. They drew City for turn because they were on 1 mana the whole time. I mean, sure. I guess that works. That's so silly. It's a good top deck, I guess. Cool. Feels bad, man. Vexing Bauble. Don't know if he's bringing in Null Rods, because if he's bringing in Null Rods, we don't really want Bowmaster. But if he's not bringing in Null Rods, we do want Bowmaster. It's a really weird spot. Like, how am I supposed to know if he's going to bring in Null Rods or not? It's quite awkward. But if you're not bringing in Null Rods against me, you just have 4 Null Rods on your board for just Jewel, which seems fairly silly. That game was real rough. I'm gonna try not bringing in Needles. I mean, Bobble is Bobble. It's whatever. I feel like there should be cards that punish you for playing entirely around Force of Will. Like, Force of Will is so broken that, like, people just play entirely around it, right? It's kind of nice that there are cards that punish that. I'm more hurt that he ripped the city off the top. I don't know. People don't like Bobble. I get it. I don't really feel the same way, but sure. His hand is acceptable. Yeah, people love broken older cards and hate broken new cards. That's just how it works. People are like totally okay with broken older cards, but the minute there's a good new card, that's not allowed. It's a classic one. All right. Flesh Raker is answered, but we might still get my opponent to ring me here. They can sack this, untap this, and play a ring. Kind of depends on if they left in ring or they brought in Null Rod or what did they do. It's a very good starting hand again. No, actually, their last hand was not a good starting hand. This is a good starting hand, though. Workshop, Mana Vault, Key, Flesh Raker. Like, a lot of times you can't, like, cast these Flesh Rakers early, but if you have the Mana Vault... All right, am I getting ringed? Looks like it. Nope, just Nettle Cyst. All right, that's good. Oh. So my opponent's starting hand had 8 mana? Sick. Awesome. I don't know. I don't know what to say. These people's these starting hands have just been unreal. Lotus Workshop, Mana Vault, Flesh Raker, One Ring, Nettlecyst, Key, play the whole hand. Sure. All right, what do we do? How do we get out of this? I think the answer is play into Mindbreak Trap. Well, not for very long when they draw 7 cards with the One Ring next turn. All right, where's our Time Vault, PO, DT, good cards, please? Stock up. Dismember. What am I supposed to do, man? I don't have enough blue sources to sink this and counter it on the way back down. I feel like I just lose. This is like the kind of thing that makes me wish I didn't like board in hate pieces and just like, but the thing is like these cards didn't replace like my PO oriented cards, right? They replaced like other versatile cards. So it's not like if I didn't have these, I would have like a better PO plan. Like I have all my stock ups and all my POs in. I just don't have any of them in my hand, right? I can play and cast Lurrus here, but it's just not good. So I guess the answer is... Just remember this. Untap this. And play this tapped. Hope that this sabotage gets us to live a turn, and then rip a PO, a DT, an Ancestral, a stock up, any of my action cards. If we get through a turn here, my opponent's going to draw another 6 cards this turn, so maybe we just don't even get through this turn. I don't know. Like, I can't... Like, I mulled a 6, right? Like, I can't mulligan again. This hand is fine. It's going to, like, protect me from a lot of, like, medium draws, but my opponent's... Like, I had a removal spell for the Flesh Raker, and then my opponent had an additional 7 mana after they played a Flesh Raker. So, like, that's just really awkward. I don't know. It does mean that if we play a game 3, we should bring our needles in, because our opponent is not bringing in Null Rod. He has the 1 strip mine to take off my blue source. Whatever. I don't think I'm supposed to bounce this ring in response. I don't think that does anything. Maybe I'm supposed to float to make him go to main phase 2. I don't feel like that matters. That's it? Just like, that's it? All right. I still need the same cards. Stock up, PO, DT, Ancestral, all the good draw cards. Vamp Tutor. Do I live a turn? Alright, I guess we find out. Can my opponent kill me this turn? I assume so. I can't imagine my opponent doesn't kill me this turn. But we'll see what happens. I also have a problem that they're drawing 8, 9 cards this turn. I don't think they can brick, but there's also the problem of I actually don't have a great mana situation to vamp for a Time Vault, because I'll have to use my... They just use their key to untap Mana Vault? What? Oh, I guess they can just equip this Patchwork, but I can pay. I, like, legitimately might brick, right? Like, if I get to my turn and I vamp and play a thing, like, it's not necessarily always going to work. Yeah, I mean, I can't afford to counter this. I also just can't sabotage a Flesh Raker, so, like, I'm getting a pretty bad spot. I mean, they used all their mana already, so maybe we have a chance. Now they drew another key. So they can draw a million more cards if they want. They just untap the Mana Vault? Do they think they're going to win? This is very interesting. I don't really know what they're doing. I feel like they should be going for a kill. This feels like Tony not playing this correctly. So if I don't have lethal Patchwork Automaton here, I actually am going to bounce the Scrawling Crawler, because that's a huge problem as well. I'm still not out of this game, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is lethal. Maybe he just thinks it's lethal and it's going to work every time. I mean, this is still bad for me because I have to go infinite turns through a Scrawling Crawler. But we didn't die. He might just concede. We'll see. Vamp Tutor. I get my Time Vault. I play Time... I mean, I have to kill the Scrawling Crawler still. Is there anything better? I feel like there isn't. I feel like I just have to hope it works. I mean, I lose 2 life every turn, though. It's really bad. Infinite turns is not good here. My Mana Vault's going to deal me a damage, and every turn I lose a life to drawing. I have to get pretty lucky, I think, for this infinite turns to work out. I'm going to have to get kind of lucky here. I have a really bad amount of mana. Because I can't... Yeah, I have to use my Mana Vault to do this. Now I'm losing 2 life a turn. And that doesn't help me. Is there any upside to playing this? Like to like drawing with this, I mean. I feel like there's more upside to holding it, maybe, if I get like a PO or something. I think it's better to use it. Force is a dead card. I lose another 2 life. Soul Ring is a good card, but it might be too late. So I'm going down to 2 now. Stock up. The fact that I almost won this game is pretty crazy. All right, so I need this to hit Tolarian Academy and Momentum Breaker, maybe? Untap Mana Vault. I think that would have been a very poor choice. No, then I can't draw blue spells, chat. Oh my god, how can you pick the worst line every time? All right. Stock up. PO is really bad against Scrawling Crawler. So I can untap my key, and then on my next turn, I can untap my Mana Vault. So I go to 1, and I can give myself another stock up, I guess. So I can take Pearl here and take stock up. And then I have to pay for this Mana Vault. Still gives me an extra mana here, which is good. I go to 1. I true Vexing Bauble. So now I need to hit exactly Academy plus blue answer. Or like Lotus plus blue answer might do it. Oh, it's not bad. We've gone, what, 15, 16 cards deep? I hit Academy, but I didn't hit blue answer. I did hit a stock up, though. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 total mana. It can be a blue answer. I mean, we've gone through most of our deck. And we haven't been drawing. I don't think I want to play Vexing Bobble. Lotus DT. Lotus DT does it. Or Lotus Momentum Breaker also does it. We won this game. What the fuck? Our deck is broken, bro. So we just take Lotus Momentum Breaker. Wow. Our deck is so good, man. It's crazy. Okay, we won. All right. Let's fucking go. We just went through like 70 cards without drawing. What the hell was that, man? This deck is so sick. All right, on the draw, we want to get rid of Vexing Bobble. We're going to need these needles because our opponent is not going Null Rod. And then we need to cut one more card. Maybe this Mishra's Bobble. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get some water. I need water. That was a pretty awesome game. I can't believe we got through that. I thought we were stone cold, just dead. I wish we could play 4 academies. I just brought the needles in, yeah. Because it looks like my opponent is not on Null Rod because they brought in One Rings. Okay, I have a cap. I'm on the draw versus Tony. I am willing to take this hand. I just have to hope that turn 1 doesn't go too badly. This needle might end up naming the Sensei stop, actually. See? I actually, all things considered, I feel like we played pretty well today. In the rounds we played so far, I've been pretty happy with what we've done. Regardless of like win or loss, it's been not too bad. Especially because I started the day off with just that crazy headache. We're doing okay now. Maybe the caffeine and water kicking in. All right. Hopefully Tony doesn't hurt us too badly here. I definitely, this hand that I kept is not surviving a 10 mana turn 1. We'll see. Mox. They mold only once. Mox, Workshop, One Ring. Sure. All right. Well, we're definitely needling the One Ring. Mana Crypt is a hell of a draw. I'm going to play that last. The One Ring. Am I playing it this turn? Mana Crypt. Only if we want to be able to Hercules. Life total matters a lot in this games. Gonna hold it. Could bite us if they draw like Bobble off the top. Merchant for permission? I have permission. I mean, if you're super scared of Flesh Raker, then yeah. But Flesh Raker is the only card that Steel Sabotage doesn't hit from here. City of Traders Flesh Raker. God bless, man. Just give me like Lotus so I can just PO next turn. You don't need to win through ring protection. You just need to set up a spot where your opponent can't win when you pass back. So like ring protection never actually stops infinite turns. It just like makes you do more things. You have to like go through your whole deck, bounce all their shit, get rid of all the cards in their hand, have 7 cards in your hand to counter. Like you win, you beat ring protection, but you don't like you still have to pass the turn back to your opponent, basically. I'm going to counter this time vault. I think it's going to give me the highest chance of winning. If my opponent does have like top after, then so be it. I'm definitely sad that I didn't keep Force for Flesh Raker, but whatever. All right, so they have 2 mana to work with here. 2 cards in their hand. They have a Ruby, and then they have what? Last card, 4 mana, nothing. Okay, I think this is a winnable game. This feels like a very winnable game. Dismember. Okay. I want to brainstorm. Or maybe I just merchant for a PO and I dismember. Is PO better than Ancestral here? Because I can't pick up my needle, actually. I really want to brainstorm first, though. I'm going to brainstorm, because I can shuffle next turn if I need to. So I found a land and I found a PO. So I put away Hercules Time Vault. And then I merchant scroll for Ancestral. And I dismember the Flesh Raker. Or I could... I could just PO right now for 2. But then I draw the cards that I have in my hand. That I would redraw these cards. What am I worried about my opponent drawing? I guess Sensei's top is something I'm worried about. but I'm dismembering. So, like, am I really that worried? I guess I'm worried about Nettle Cyst off the top and equip. I feel like scrolling for Forest is, like, such a play not to lose, but maybe it's just correct here anyways. I'm going to be really low on life total, though. Like, I'm going to dismember down to 13, and I'm going to have Mana Crypt in play. But I guess I'll have PO on the next turn, unless I have to force. Like, I feel like scrolling for force might be worse than just, like, getting Ancestral. That's kind of how I'm feeling. I think I need to dismember on their turn to play around. Trap is their last card. I'm getting Ancestral. I'm going with my gut. Like, my PO is not good enough right now because I can't pick up this needle or they draw 2 cards with the ring. All right, they have two unknown cards. They have a ring that doesn't do anything, and they have 1,000,000 mana. Saga's good. Saga's good, but is it good enough? I have time. I have stuff. I'm feeling good. Let's go. Let's stay in this tournament. I think the worst thing for me there might have been like Nettle Cyst equip, attack for 5 or something. I feel really good about this set of games here after getting ranched so hard. I mean, Tony's probably going to F6, but I'm not going to like pick up my needle because he F6. I don't think that's like what I'm trying to do here. All right, I want to flip. PO again. All right, Ancestral, looking for... Interesting. It's not exactly ideal. Crawler? Yeah, Crawler would have been bad. Lorien, Dress Down. Ugh. Did this kind of go badly? I drew 5 cards. I mean, I have Dress Down for their Saga, but... I guess I have to just go Emerald, Crypt, get a blue land. And pass. Because I'm going to play an end step Dress Down and then PO again. That also helps protect me from Crowler, I guess. That was not a very good set of draw spells, all things considered. We drew 3-ish lands and a bunch of not good cards. What'd they draw? They drew a Sensei's Top. They're not going to spin, though, right? Because then they can't make... Oh, they still have a spawn. They can spin. If they do spin into a Raker and play a Raker, then I just don't pick up my Dress Down. That might still be a problem though, depending on what we draw. Like our draw was like our Ancestral did not hit us any Moxen, and then our PO was only 2. Ugh, I don't know. That was like a rough set of draws, but I'm glad I went for Ancestral, because if I hadn't gone for Ancestral, I think I'd be in a really big problem. Technically, we still have Lurrus and our own Saga for Vault Key. Like, I could have technically gone Saga there instead of holding open Dress Down. I just think it was worse. Workshop into what? Crawler, yeah. All right. Time for this Dress Down to be worth it. It's going to be close. Glad I made the choice I did. Stock up. I think we're losing now, actually. We'll have to see how this plays out, but we're not in a great spot anymore. We were in a great spot. I guess this is a pretty good draw, because that's mana neutral. I can just PO here. Not picking up the Dress Down. I mean, we drew so badly on those first 7 draws there that I'm a little worried. Okay, this looks pretty good. These cards don't do anything. Yeah, I didn't want to use my mana that way. I was expecting to hit action off of this, and I just didn't hit any action. Holy hell. I guess I'm gonna need to Lurrus and then Dress Down again. If I do that, I'm gonna need this Academy to do that. So I play Academy. I guess I could go Ruby by Lure. Yeah, I'm gonna need this Academy no matter what. And then I have to hope that this Saga doesn't have anything too bad in the going for us. Do I need this Ruby? Can I just go Academy and hold up Force as well? Oh, I guess Misstep is countering this top that they're drawing. So I don't need a Force. So maybe it's just Ruby in Academy. I think I need the Academy, right? Like, I can't play Saga. Can I play Saga? No. So I use my Emerald of this and play a Time Vault. I crack my Academy, and then I play Lurrus. I'm not going to be able to hold open Sabotage, right? Unless I don't play Time Vault, maybe? Buy Lurrus. Play Lurrus. No. Buy Lurrus. Play Lurrus. No. Because I have to Dress Down at the end step. Well, I was going to try to, like, preserve my life total. But maybe I don't need to. I was, like, trying to, like, pay for spells. Like... No, I know I'm misstepping. I know I'm misstepping. But what if they get a Vexing Bauble, chat? I also have, like, a Mana Crypt in play. I'm really worried. I feel like we drew so badly. Maybe I like they're gonna get Vexing Bubble, right? Or are they gonna get Key? They might get Key. Key makes unblockable here. No, they're drawing Sensei's top, chat. There's a Sensei's top on top of their deck. Like if they go get a Key here and then they use, or they went for Key, are they just gonna go for unblockable? Okay, now they don't have enough mana to go for unblockable. Just hit this with a mental misstep. I need to draw good cards, right? If my opponent attacks, I guess I block. I mean, they could have gotten Bobble there. They chose Key because I think Key has some upside here, but maybe they're regretting not getting Bobble. So if I attack, I go to 5. I lose a flip. I go to 2. I go to 2. I draw a card. I go to 1. I attack back. I go to 4. Oh, yeah. Tony could have used... Well, he had floating mana. But yeah, he should have used Workshop to cast this and then use the floating mana to take unblockable. It's true. I think he just made a mistake. Oh, great. We can't gain life. You're right. We can't gain life at all because we can't dress down first. So that doesn't even work. So are we like upkeeping a dress down though? Like we can't really, I guess we could theoretically upkeep a dress down if we're going to like bounce this. Like every life total count, every life point counts. We're also like a mana crypt that could hurt us. There's so many things that can go wrong here. We've drawn so many blanks. We don't have Yagwell in our deck. I think we're supposed to block. Because then all we have to beat if we block here is our own mana crypt, and we have a Saga, and I have Steel Sabotage. I'm blocking. I'm blocking. Want to flip. Drew Momentum Breaker. Saga. Momentum Breaker. The worst possible thing that can happen is my opponent draws a Flush Raker. Everything else is okay. I'm not gonna play this Mana Vault because it takes time every upkeep. Should I just sack this? Just pass. Want another flip? I have a key coming, so we're good. No, you would not untap there ever. You have a time vault and a key, Sully. Please, man, please. It's worse than give away a draw. It gives away a saga trigger. You just like making bad plays. Don't talk to me about this shit.
That was so stressful.
We drew so medium on our draw spells that game was actually like really like you had to play it kind of correctly in the end. Oh, that was high stress. GG's, Tony, as always. All right, welcome to round 5 of 8. We need to win 4 more rounds of Magic. We're up against Lucas, who actually just beat the crap out of us yesterday with Jewel in the last round of Swiss there. See what we can do. We're on the play. This is a hand that has a turn 1 Saga. Yeah, I will keep. I have to choose whether to buy Lurrus or hold up Misstep, Snap, Misstep. It's kind of an interesting choice. But I likely have to pitch one of Misstep or Snap to force, so I think we just buy Lurrus. Okay. See what he's got for us. 7-card Jewel hand. We got Bobble covered this time. Saga Gaming. Saga go? Oh, baby. Flusterstorm. Interesting. Pass. Saga pays for Lurrus. Come on now. Ring-a-ding-ding, I assume? Can I get away with letting this resolve? I make a construct, I make a construct, I play a Lurrus. I guess the answer is no. So what am I pitching? Snappy Boy? I guess Snappy Boy. If they force back, we Flusterstorm back. That's fine. I wonder if I'm not supposed to make the second construct here. so that I can have Flusterstorm back up for Lurrus. I think it's kind of important. This chain's pretty bad. Like, if I go make a construct and then get a Lotus and play a Lurrus and they counter my Lurrus, am I winning? I mean, they paused when the ring was on the stack. I don't know if they have a, like, maybe they just don't think they need to force for ring and they have like a jewel combo on the next turn. But then again, if I like fluster a force on my Lurrus, am I like really winning? I don't have enough protection anymore. I don't think I'm supposed to make a construct. I'm gonna go with my gut here. All right, well, it resolved. I wish I had a force. I should have kept my Snapcaster, right? No, I can't snap force. I cannot snap force. All right, well, I have like some soft permission. I do not want to Yogg-Will replay Saga and lose my Lotus this turn. No, I don't think so. Maybe I do, actually. Well, I guess I wouldn't lose my Lotus. Because I would just replay my Lotus again. Okay, then yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah, I should do this. There's definitely no reason not to do this. The old regrowth. I mean, I still don't have a force. I think I was supposed to keep my Snapcaster Mage. My opponent has so many cards, chat. I don't know if I think I'm still unfavored from this spot. I just don't think another Saga actually applies any more pressure, Sully. I just feel like it's, do they have a combo or do they not have a combo? But maybe I'm wrong in that. I don't know. We kind of needed to draw not Chain of Vapor. Like maybe a PO or something would have been nice. A stock up would be pretty sick. Chain was kind of bad for me. I don't think I'm not looking 2 turns ahead in this game because I don't think it comes down to 2 turns. I don't know. Maybe my opponent gets a Vexing Bauble here. That'd be interesting. The only thing that could be really good for me is if my opponent like goes for a jewel combo and then has to PO and we fluster it. I feel like that's the best thing that could happen. Here's Lotus. What do you want the command to be? All right, so is this Metamorph going to be on Lurrus and then they loop Lotus with Lurrus? Is that what's happening here? I guess that's fine. I guess I could theoretically Chain of Vapor my own Lurrus here, but I don't think that's particularly good. Still have another Saga coming, so they have 7 trillion mana. Maybe I should have just bounced my Lurrus with a chain. Kind of interesting. Jewel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo. This is gonna be tough. I mean, I can still see avenues where we win from here, but they're certainly shrinking as this turn progresses. Misstep that shit. Oh, come on! No! No! What a bastard. I think I have to fluster it. So brutal, dude. Wish I had a misstep for this. Now all they need is a sink into stupor. It's pretty bad for me. I don't know. I think I always have to mental misstep the mana vault, so I'm not really like I'm not torn up about it. I think I just always have to do that. Karn. I mean, this means I am stealing the jewel. Well, if I chain it, don't they just like sack lands and bounce a creature? It's like super bad for me, right? I don't think it's good. This is definitely a spot where chain is worse than the fish, I guess. I have to attack not Karn. But I steal a jewel. But then they steal the jewel back. But if I float blue and I chain the Karn, they just bounce one of my creatures. And then I don't get to steal the jewel. Which seems real bad for me. I could always top deck a land. I'm going to let this go. Also, stealing jewel could give me a land. They should probably just kill Lotus or something. Shrink the construct. I have to attack them. Whenever a creature's an opponent controls attacks you and aren't blocked. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess I do an extra damage by replaying this Lotus. Come on, man. Help a guy out here. There are so many good 3-card combinations. Oh, no. That's crazy. That's so crazy. I mean, they get to steal back their jewel chat. I don't think we're going to win this game. Every time I ever play a Lurrus against this stupid deck, it's always bad for me. Somehow, it's just always bad for me. They're not going to go for Lattice. And even if they do, they'll have force backup. Also, they could just metamorph my jewel. No Wondering's fine. Trinisphere. I think we just drew badly in this game. I feel like I like how I approach this game in general. I couldn't have pitched this chain to a snap, or yeah. It gets better post board, but like we just lost our on the play, which is really bad for us. Also, I just binned my land, which is really bad against Trinisphere here. Binning my land was real bad against Trinisphere. I kind of needed that land so I could cast Chain of Vapor on this Karn. But I didn't really think about getting Trinisphered. Yeah, I guess I lose. That's crazy. So frustrating. I hate playing against Jules so much. I guess I can draw Academy if I get another turn, but I'm just not getting another turn. I don't know. Vexing Bobble doesn't do anything against Trinisphere chat. Can't stand losing to this deck, man. So frustrating. Okay. I wonder if I played that game badly, though. I feel like I might have had different choices I could have made along the way. I wonder if I lost the game because I mental misstepped that Mana Vault. And this hand's fucking terrible. Mulligan. I can't stand this game, bro. Just let me keep a broken 7. Fuck me, man. I just can't have nice things. Why can't I have nice things? Just dead. I talked about why I did not bounce Karn chat, because I would not be able to steal the jewel. I did not feel like I could possibly win the game if I did not steal the jewel. I felt like I had a better chance of stealing the jewel, finding a blue land, and then bouncing Karn. Like we talked about, it wasn't like there wasn't a surprise to anybody. Like, maybe that's an incorrect analysis. It's possible. We did draw blue land. We just drew the stupid Undercity sewers. I can't ever win, dude. Like these just keep 7 on the like just keep 7 card jewel hands. Like how can I ever win? I'm mulliganing to 5 on the play, and I just can't win. Like I have no chance of winning if I'm mulliganing. I just want to play the game. And like all of my losses today, or not all my losses, but like a large amount of my losses are just like, I can't play the game. Both of the rounds we lose the match are going to be 2-0s where I simply was not able to play the game. But like my opening hand was 6 mana, and then my second hand is 0 mana. I just can't play the game when that happens. My opponent's playing simulacrum synthesizers, and I'm losing the game. This is exactly what happened last night, too. Lucas just crushed me last night. Just like brutal 7-card keeps that I did not have a remote chance of winning. And I really like this matchup, too, which is the bad part. I think this matchup is quite good for PO, but... Wait, why didn't this trigger? Oh, 3 or greater. All right, so if I draw Ancestral Recall into Manifold Key, Time Vault, Talarian Academy, or Black Lotus or something. Or, hear me out, I will draw land. Maybe my opponent will die to Mana Crypt One Ring. Why is it always Academy, man? I swear it's always Academy. It's whatever. I just didn't get to play the game. Like maybe I was supposed to keep my 6-card no land hand. Maybe I should. Was I supposed to keep my 6-card no land hand? Like, they're not gonna actually lose to the One Ring here, chat. So don't tell me I shouldn't concede here. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, I mean we have these 2 0-2 losses, both of them like 8-minute games. Not much I can do. Such is life. All right, so we're looking through this game, specifically game 1. Game 2, obviously, no, we didn't get to play any Magic, but game 1, we had some choices, and we had some choices, is what I'm trying to say. I think in general, I don't like respecting the no force here, and I think I would have rather made the second construct. And then there's a legitimate argument here that I am not supposed to play my Lurrus at all. I'm just supposed to maybe make a construct, get a Lotus, play a Yogg-Will, rebuy Saga, and play a Lotus, and don't play a Lurrus. If I do that, my opponent cannot get a Lotus off of this Saga and metamorph my Lurrus. Which maybe is enough to slow my opponent down in this game. to the point where I can win. It's not like super clear because another problem here is like if I don't have a Lurrus in play and I use my Lotus to cast Flusterstorm, that means I don't have any ability to play Lurrus again until like I find double black. So like there's some downsides to this as well, but like I think based on the play that I made, I still think I should go back and probably make a second construct no matter what. But there's like a legitimate chance not to play Lurrus here. And then I think we made the correct play on this Karn once we were at the spot we were at. We just kind of did not draw well with these 4 cards. We had a lot of draws that were good. Most of them involved like untapped blue land. So any of my other lands in my deck. So there were 11 other hits in my deck that were blue untapped lands. And then like any action spell, PO, stock up, DT, those kind of cards. Like I think from this spot, starting on this turn, I think we might be even 50-50 to win the game. Maybe I might be overdoing it. What's the chance? What's the chance of untapped land in 4, 11 hits in 4 with 50 cards? Someone in chat want to do the probability calculator? 11 hits in 4 looks out of 50. So is there odds? I forget what the thing is. Odds 11 4 50 or something. Is that what it is? Oh, nope. Odds 50, 11, 4, and I need 1. So I'm 64% to draw the blue land, and then I'm probably pretty likely to draw an action spell. I don't know how to calculate the action spell. I mean, we could probably do it. But then I mean, we might be slightly below 50 then. Maybe we're slightly unfavored to win from this spot. But I do think that I think that we probably should have considered not casting Lurrus, especially because of this saga, right? Like if my opponent didn't have a saga here, then I think playing Lurrus is fine because their Metamorph is not likely to do anything. But because they have a saga here, they can always get Black Lotus, so their Metamorphs are always going to be Lurrus for free with Black Lotus. So I think if I were to play this game again, I would not play around a force, and I would make a second construct. Would I play a Lurrus, though? I think I would still play a Lurrus, but maybe it's wrong. It's tough. Okay, I mean, that's interesting. And then we can't ever keep this 7. It's not anywhere close. And then I don't think we can keep this 6. We would have to draw Moxen or Island. I mean, that's probably it's probably less than 50% to draw the cards we need from this spot. You might be supposed to keep this 6 because how many going to 5 hands are going to be good enough? Where this hand actually has a force. I mean, my opponent had turn 1 ring with force backup, so maybe just nothing really matters, but. Yeah, I would mulligan this. All right. Yeah. Rough second loss. Okay, here we go. Now we are probably unlikely to top 8 this tournament, but I still want to go X and 2, try to get the usual ranking. So we have 3 more rounds to go. I have a cat, and I have lost the die roll versus a cat. So maybe a Lurrus PO mirror. Let's see what happens. Haven't played very many Lurrus PO mirrors today, so could be fun. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's a little bit on the light on the interaction side, but I think good enough. F6 after my opponent takes a quick look-sees. There are definitely a lot of hands that can punish this, but there are also a lot of PO hands that are slower and more controlling, so. Black Lotus. It's not a good sign. Academy. Tapping for 1. Or what are we doing here? Looks like it's my list. My non-chain list. No, you can tap for 1. Okay, all right. Well, maybe they'll hit double mocks off of this stack up. Yeah, I mean, I would take a Black Lotus stock up to Larian Academy for sure. They definitely wanted to float 1. I don't know what happened, but maybe they're thinking they're gonna hit more boxes. I don't know. Moxen before someone on YouTube gets mad in the comments. That kind of stuff gets people riled up. Beams of light on me at 1 p.m. Slight mispronunciations. The bane of YouTube commenters. There's 1. And there's 2. All right. I drew my Solarian Academy. That's fun. I asked and I received. I'm not sure that's my best draw at the moment because I have 3 other lands in my hand, but oh my god, they had mental misstep, chat. I hate Gataxian Probe so much. Oh, I'm in trouble now. I am in trouble now. 1, 2, 3. Put another stock up. Nothing is going correct anymore. Everything is falling apart. Before I've cast any spells, my opponent has already resolved 2 stock ups. I don't see the end. I don't see myself coming out on top. Oh Lord. See? Look at how good Undercity Sewers is. Get rid of another underground sea. Here's a stock up. Undercity Sewers, point for them after losing the game. All right, I take a force for sure. I guess we're gonna take force, and I guess we could take brainstorm and like try to theoretically get rid of these lands. Maybe I don't know if that's worth it though. Taking force merchant just lets us get an ancestral, right? It's probably better. My opponent did pause on that stock up for a while. I don't know if that means that they have a force of their own here. They're up to 3 mana at the moment. Another stock up. Okay. I can see a way we could maybe come back in this game. Maybe. They missed a land? Interesting. Please stop drawing lands. I feel like I need to fetch out a land or I might run out. I don't want to show them that though. They have no mental misstep for this ancestral, so really show them. Force. Force. Come on, baby. Mox PO. I hate this game. How do I go from drawing no mana to drawing only lands? Nope. 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 I can't beat a Flusterstorm here, can I? No. Flusterstorm, one of. Spin? I definitely have to start using these fetches, though, because I only have 1 sea, 1 island left. I am getting my butt kicked. It's not pretty. Snap! Snap misstep! Good God. Okay, fine, sure. Why not? Not good for me. Notably bad for me. All right, no flusterstorm. I was punished for saying no misstep. Yeah, this is true. This is another ancestral recall, right? That drew me Lorien revealed, fetch land, mental misstep. Vexing Bauble, huh? I guess we're playing that. It's quite good here. So if I get countered, then it's quite bad for me because I can't Lorien revealed. All right. Gaming. I drew another land, chat. That's my last fetchable. I can't use this land to fetch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of my 13 lands. I'm only 23 cards in. Ah, cool. Natural Vault Key. Sick. I thought for a second I was coming back in this game, but I guess the 4th stock up is a nice sealer here. All right, I don't know. Am I just running cold now? Is it? Did I use up all the good chemicals? Island, negation, vamp. I guess I don't need chain. Maybe vamp is fine. I don't really like negation against their. I mean, it's like I guess I could theoretically be negating a stock up or negating a vault key. Maybe that's better. Oh, I guess I don't need like all these momentum breakers though. Just one. Just more permission. It's probably right. Yeah, see that. All right, can I even beat my own creation? Turn 1 stock ups. I'm just not allowed to play the game anymore, huh? All right, mulligan. Certainly good. I feel like I'm not supposed to hold on to this Bowmaster, but it's likely that they just like will not think it's coming at all, seeing as they copied my older list. I mean, Red Blast is not really like gonna change much because I just like, I don't know. It's about like Moxen, right? Oh, they're holding a PO. I have to play this Bowmaster. No, I don't think you're supposed to misstep Mana Vault there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm like really tilted, if you can't tell. I probably was supposed to misstep Mana Vault. They have a PO. I'm doomed because I didn't misstep Mana Vault. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Just throw the game away. Just throw the tournament away. I'll misstep it when it comes back down. I got my Bowmaster forced. It's pretty good. They had mental misstep backup. That's funny. No, yeah, I am running on like anger, clearly. But I was supposed to mental misstep that. And I'm going to lose the game because I didn't. So. I think I'm supposed to go Lurrus here. They have to have hit another Force of Will. I can eventually get another Bowmaster going. I didn't hit a force, but I did hit Pearl Bauble. That's probably worthwhile. Okay. I can't misstep the Mana Vault now, but that's okay. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. My bad. I'm an idiot. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's not a problem. I mean, I'm never getting rid of this bauble ever again, so hopefully I have enough action to win the game. I have a Bowmaster. I have a Lurrus. Could be good. Sorry, I'll focus up. I'll focus up. I'll focus up. I'll focus up. I'm sorry. I'll focus up. I do want to still win. They just gave up? Okay, sure. Maybe the 3-2 bracket is full of a lot of people who are not interested in playing the game anymore. Okay. I'm just baffled by that. My opponent drew like 10 cards in that game. They had to discard to hand size, and they just gave up. Okay, I'm focusing, chat. We're focusing. Try to finish the rest of this match, tournament out. Try to go X2. That's a totally acceptable hand. Oh, that's not a mental misstep. Is it my hand better or worse? Can we stop looking at my hand? I just want to play a normal game of Magic. Please. We are unlikely to ever top 8 after losing rounds like 3 and 5 now. Am I getting Ancestral again? This guy, this player. Show me your secrets. Stock up Academy, PO, Force, Yogwill, Fetch. That's not too bad. They have to draw some like rocks or something. I think I just want to find mana over that. Oh, why did I play this out? I should not have played this out. That was terrible. I guess they're going to force this now, though. So maybe it was correct. Actually, this is kind of good if they force this. This is like super good for us if they force this, right? Because we still have Ancestral Recall. Yeah, okay, sure. That's a really weird force. They don't even have a follow-up play, right? No. I guess like Yogg will eventually, but we have double negation now. I don't know why they forced that, to be perfectly honest. Brainstorm. Can I afford to force this? Or is that like too greedy? With 2 forces? Yeah, I'm going to force this. All right, Ancestral. Oh, we finally draw some good cards, bro. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. We drew some good cards. Let's go. Yes. Restricted cards. 3 of them. I love getting to play the game. Force Misstep? Is Misstep good here? So my opponent is going to untap and either cast Stock Up or Yogwill, which will counter, and then we'll counter the next one too. Oh, I could just take Time Vault and go for the win. So I guess that works too. So let's just take Time Vault and force, I guess, and just force whatever they do and win. Is that what I want to do? We know their exact hand, so they could still draw force for turn. No, I take force here, and then try to draw my own blue force. A blue card for force. I drew finally drew really hot. That's good. So I'm countering this. That means they have to have drawn force. And we can still draw blue card. We didn't draw blue card, but what's a guy gonna do? I mean, we lose this game if they drew exactly force here. Should we play differently? If they drew force our mind break trap, we lose this game because they just untap and cast Yogg-Will land Ancestral. I don't know if we can change the plan, so. They drew misstep. That's crazy. If I had kept misstep instead of force, I would win this game, but now I lose this game. Wild. I guess I threw the game though. It's on me. See what their next card is. Another PO. That's wild. I need to draw another blue card now. Sure. All right, the game continues. Need to draw a black source now. I played this game very poorly, didn't I? All right. They have PO if they make mana here. I just need a black source. Why do you... Sully, what is your obsession with me untapping things? I don't understand. Vexing Bauble. They drew a misstep? They drew a Steel Sabotage. I want to draw a card, so... I'm going to just go for this. Sink. That didn't pay off, did it? Should I have not tapped this? No, I feel like I needed all the mana if I wanted to play Lurrus, right? Maybe I didn't need all the mana if I wanted to play Lurrus. Alright, well. Hopefully they don't draw Mox and PO me. They can buy Lurrus if they want. I should have assumed they had something because they didn't buy Lurrus. Scroll, but there's no Ancestral. So what do they scroll for? Force? Force. Okay. I can't bounce that back to their hand, though. That's a problem. Black Lotus. Maybe they'll counter this. No. So I have to wait. Like, I can bounce the force back to their hand, but then they just force again, pitching the other PO. And I can't bounce my Lurrus back to my hand because this reads opponent controls. And it's going to be kind of hard for me to win the game if I don't resolve Lurrus, but... I mean, I have to wait, right? I'm amazed at how badly I played this game. But I have a lot of good draws, right? I have 3 stock ups, 4 POs. They drew a key. That doesn't let them PO. They can buy Lurrus. So we still know their whole hand. Lurrus isn't returning anything. I mean, I know their hand. Their hand is PO, PO, force. Stock up. Beautiful. We found it. If I bounce a force to their hand, they will simply force again. Okay. So I can merchant for a force, play Lurrus, play key and win. Merchant for a force, play Lurrus, play key and win. Okay. Is there anything I need to do differently? Merchant, Lurrus, key, win. I don't think it matters what I choose to do with these. I almost thought I didn't hit merchant for a second there. Okay, I do not deserve to win this match. I feel like I played terribly, but we got there. Deck is really strong. Trying to focus in here, but I'm really struggling. Once I hit my second loss, I just have a really hard time struggling or focusing. It's definitely one of my bad traits as a player. It's tough when, like, I just need to tell myself that there's still a chance of top 8ing. You know, like, it's really bad because part of the problem is I only care about top 8ing, right? Like, there's a lot of really nice things about going X2 and placing top 16 or, you know, getting, you know, going X2. But, like, it's hard to care about not top 8ing. So I'm doing my best, chat. I'll figure it out. Focus up. All right, welcome back to round 7. Still 4-2. We're up against the very powerful multiple Pro Tour top 8er, Shere Khan Nico Bani. I don't know what he's up to these days. Cat? Maybe a fiddle bender. Maybe some fiddle bending? I swear to God, this Undercity Sewers is out to kill me. This Undercity Sewers is doing its best job of being in my opening hand every game. That's wild. Vexing Bobble. I actually think this looks good, right? Yeah, I think we do want a Vexing Bobble. No, it's so good. Don't just like it's so good. Like, this card is unbelievably good. It does have downsides though. This is one of the times. Whenever you fetch and you bottom a bad card on the top of your library, it's just the craziest thing of all time. It's so strong. Oh, it might be Oswald. Sock up. Thunder Trap Trainer. Probably not Oswald then. This is the second time that we've had like a bonkers hand that's Undercity Sewers ruined though. And by ruined, I mean like we didn't turn 1 kill them. Instead, we have to turn 2 kill them or something. Don't time walk me. Brainstorm. All right. Hopefully we don't get misstepped, I guess. No, we got our Soul Ring forced. That's some aggressive. That's aggressive. I have played Timeless because I played a Pro Tour that was Timeless, but I can't play Timeless because it costs too much money. Shere Khan is not sniping us, chat. They also Gataxian probed our hand. I love you sometimes. Yeah, Moto makes me money when I play it. Arena just is you just sink money forever. So I got really, maybe I shouldn't have, oh, they hit a time walk. Maybe I shouldn't have kept the bobble on top. I kind of thought that keeping the bobble on top was good, but I didn't think my opponent would force my Soul Ring. All right, no more arena talk, chat. No more arena talk. We're playing vintage right now. I think we're dying is what we're doing. My opponent is stalking all the way up. Was I wrong to keep this bobble on top of my library, chat? Was that terrible? I thought that was a pretty good plan. But I guess I like really didn't consider them forcing my Soul Ring. Oh, so it's 4-color monkey deck. Demonic Tutor, Ancestral Recall. Jesus. All right. What do I need to win this game? A Mox? An Island's pretty good. I feel like they have to force this, right? Yeah, but I wanted to like play out my whole hand, so I feel like I would be way too far behind if I didn't. I don't know. All right. If my opponent kills me this turn, they kill me this turn. If they don't, then I'm in a pretty good spot. Obviously, they can hardcast Force through a bobble, though. It's a portable hole. Portable hole on my key. I have a chain. Oh, no. Portable hole on my bobble. All right, so I need to find Force backup. Could be hard. Buy Lurrus, maybe? Oh, PO? I guess I died a PO. I'm still not just like dead. There's a lot of things that can go right from here. They do have 9 cards in hand, though. 10 after this. I'm a little jealous of my opponent at the moment. They're having too much fun. Yeah. I feel like topping bobble made sense, but my opponent made the correct call and forced my Soul Ring. That's why he's the Nico Bonnie. We have to beat 6 cards here. I feel like it's doable. Force is our best draw. That's a dress down. I feel like we brainstorm and then time walk. If we can like get to a spot where we can like, oh, is this getting countered? It's getting spell pierced. All right, so do they have force for my time walk? I think unfortunately, if we chain the portable hole, they'll just like bounce this key and we'll be too far behind. I mean, I might still do a chain on the next turn, but looks like they have forcing. Yeah, all right. They drew too many forces off that. I think that means we're dead. We put up a pretty good fight, all things considered. My opponent is only 16 cards deeper than us. That does not look like a good sign. That's a kicked Thunder Trap Trainer. I can't imagine we can survive that. They hit a PO. Okay, I'll concede to a PO here. Oh, it was close. It was close. This matchup is really tough. It's definitely unfavored, so I actually don't think Bowmaster is good at all against them. It's just good against PO. Is that what we want? I'm not sure that is good actually here. It might be okay. I think I might keep the Bowmaster over a Vamp. I could see an argument for either. We put up a pretty decent fight in that game for how badly we were outgunned. That was definitely a Undercity Sewers killed us hand, though. I told you, Thunder Trap is really good in this deck. I don't feel like our dress down was ever better as a Thunder Trap, though. Our dress down was quite good all day. I am not unhappy about my dress down replacing Thunder Trap. Yeah, I guess so. Would I rather bait one on Bobble or top? I guess I'd rather bait on top. I'm never spitting and drawing a force or anything here, so I feel like this is fine. Force. Pitching Flame of Anor. Classic. I mean, we're in a decent spot here. POs and stock ups are great. Obviously, they get pyroblasted, so there's a problem there, but... Time Walk? Time Volt. Sure. Oh, God. Are we Time Volt killing me? No. Okay. Does mean that they have Pyroblast on, though. Ancestral Recall. Yep. That's the one. I think I just have to cast it. Resolvers. Could have been Spell Pierce. Do I want to play around Spell Pierce? I guess I do. Oh, my deck is horribly built to beat Dredge. I did beat Beerus yesterday, but I'm not trying to beat Dredge. Dredge is too small a metagame percentage. All right, definitely want Negation and PO and pass. See if that gets us there. Maybe I'm just supposed to take Negation and Force, and that way I can play 2 if I need to. There's like a bunch of upside in Negation and like permanently removing their key, but maybe Force is better. I don't think I'm making it to my PO turn. which is why I think I might have been not supposed to take the PO at all. That worked out pretty well, though. I think I wasn't supposed to take the PO. I think I was supposed to take the force and the negation, and then hope that I had an additional blue card. So I think that was just a misplay. A little unfortunate, but... oh, maybe I was supposed to draw into the Sink into Stupor so I could play it around Spell Pierce, which we've been playing around this whole time. That was a mistake. I should have drawn the Sink into Stupor for turn. But I can't really lose now that the negation is gone, or now that the key is gone, so I don't think it matters very much. I didn't want to tap top and responds in case it got countered. It's like not very good for me. It was a pretty bad section, all things considered. I should have definitely played it a little bit tighter. Now I'm definitely going to... All right, this game should be won. I could have played it slightly better, though. All right, number 3. Yeah, I like how we're playing this. Submit. Yeah, I think if I would go back there, I would have taken negation and force. And obviously it leaves me without action, but that's okay. We had a lot of ways we could have died there because of the way I chose to play it. Where we're probably just winning if the game goes longer. Like, if we can make sure we get more turns, we'll probably just end up winning. Have I been revealing the cat? Yeah, I always reveal my cat. I have a cat. This hand's good. It has some problems, but it's good. Oh, one of my lands is a spell. Is that not what you wanted to hear? My opponent molding into 6, and now they're considering their 6. Mox. Trainer? Mox. Uh-oh. Pass. No stock up. That's good for me. Fetch. Mox. Mox. Bobble. They want to trap Bobble. It's fine. Another Fluster. Yeah, I want both Flusters. Yeah, I mean, that's why I have 3 in my 75 for sure. Could even play 2 in main. Just chose not to. No, I think 4 Flusters is like way too many. I'm gonna get my tap land here. Probe. Yeah, I think I want probe. I'd like to see what's happening here. I'm gonna probe without playing a land. 3 cards in my opponent's hand. I feel like I should be favored versus most hands from this spot. We'll see what happens. Oh, what is that? PO in response. Fluster's so good. Negation Flame. Ah, if I had force back up there, my opponent could have negated my force by playing on my turn. Very nice. Very nice. Can I take the time to buy Lurrus here? What do I get punished if I buy Lurrus here? I get punished by stock ups and POs. But I have a bobble in my yard. So getting Lurrus is quite powerful. I guess I have to wait. They pass back. Saga Gaming. It's better than playing Sink in a Stupor. I like this spot, but it's still a throwable spot. Are they going to Flame of Anor? Oh, they're going to PO again? They ripped a second PO off the top? Damn. I guess this is the same thing, right? Just draws 2 cards. I don't know. Like, I'm still supposed to fluster these, right? Like... Hopefully they don't draw Trainer. Like, Trainer into Mox, into Flame. They drew stock up. I mean, this guy's a beast. Or is he going to buy Lurrus? Might buy Lurrus. I don't know. He's going to Flame, draw 2 cards. Divination. All right. Yeah? 3 unknowns and a negation. Pass. 2 unknowns and a negation. Do I want constructs? I feel like we play Sink into Stupor as a land and play a Lurrus and bobble and play constructs. I can play Sink into Stupor as a land and cast stock up, which might just be better than playing a Lurrus. They could have I mean, they have negation. So isn't playing Lurrus better if they have no negation? Are they going to negate it? No. Stock up on the top. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, if they negated the bobble, I think it's a win for me. I think I have to, like, get my stock up negated then. Holy shit. Oh, no. I think I have to cast this. Maybe they don't have a blue card. I don't think constructs are good there. I'm going to go Pearl Lotus PO and make them have it. They don't have it. They just don't have a blue card. I don't have the mana to replay Lurrus yet, but I do have a stock up. Force of Will, Snapcaster, Jet. I just... If they have a land in their hand, they can play stock up with negation back up. I guess that's fine. Just take my force. I play a top. Oh, I draw another card too. Oh, they do have a land, so play a stock up. I force it, pitching, Snapcaster. They force back, and then they pass the turn with the cards they got from stock up, and I have Lurrus and Flusterstorm, and Top, and Fetch, and Saga. Seems good. Yes. We definitely force there because it taps my opponent out, making Fluster always on. And they don't have a negation for me at all. Last card. Last card, Pyroblast, maybe. I don't think a construct. I'm gonna see if one of my top cards here first. I'm looking for a PO, obviously. Ah, Yogwill, yeah, okay. I'm gonna just save all my mana. I played this game really well. I still don't have Academy, right? Hey, I saw you were doing some winning there, Canister. I'm happy that you're having a good time. His crawling crawler is supposed to be good. That's the age-old question, isn't it? We had multiple Discord arguments over that exact question, Canister. All right, GG's to Shere Khan. Anytime you can win against Nico Bonnie is a great success. So I will take it. PO win against one of the best players. So a solid one. All right, here we go. 8th and final round of this humongous 165 player vintage showcase event. We already have 2 people into the top 8, a 2-star who beat us earlier in the tournament, and Kobe both at 7-0. There are 8 players at 6-1. 4 of them who win will get in, and then the remaining 2 slots will go to 2 X2s among the people who lost at 6-1 and the people who won at 5-2. So technically we have a shot, but we are 1, 2, 3, 4 on tiebreakers down in the X2 bracket. So seems unlikely. See if we can get an X2 finish. That'll make me pretty happy. Yeah, I guess this is a keep. Black Lotus. So I think he's on mono white initiative. Jewel Shops. Probably. All right, if I thought that this player would be on mono white initiative, I would counter this. But if they're going to be likely on Jewel Shops, then I'd rather counter the payoff. Saga Gaming. Yeah, I guess that's something that can happen if I do that. I mean... I guess so. Yeah. Maybe I just had to counter it. Fuck. Maybe I just had to counter it. Vexing Bauble is a hard card to determine if you're supposed to counter or not. I had no cards in my hand that really cared besides the Force, which if I used it, I wouldn't have my Time Walk. This gets Ancestral, but it might just be too late, really. I feel like I'm just going to die. Just going to bin this.
think I have to Volt Key my way out of this game, but I might just not have enough mana to ever do that. It looks like I was supposed to counter the Vexing Bauble, which is unfortunate, but I just thought like I wouldn't have a force anyways. So like having a Time Walk would be more valuable, but that might have just been incorrect. It's a ring. I assume this is a ring then, right? Oh, Time Walk, make a construct. Let's see. Oh, that's not very powerful, all things considered. And they only get one. This gets a Soul Ring. That could still go a ring, I guess. One ring. They got a key? They have Time Vault? Or do they just want mana off of Rim Monolith? This looks really bad for me. This looks real bad for me. I think I was supposed to counter Bobble, sadly. Am I just gonna lose like both my matches to Jewel? Sag. All right. What do I need here to win this game? I don't think that's the one. Start with a Time Walk. Yeah. This buys us the same amount of time, right? Soul Ring. Now they can play a Jewel. Or a ring, I guess. Looks like it's going to be a Jewel. Oh, why is it always Karn, bro? It's always Karn. Okay. It's fine. I have an attacker. If they get Lattice, they can't cast it yet. Can it stop being Karn? Please. I beg of you. I want to see that in my life. What they get? They got a Lattice. But they already tapped their key. So they have like another key. Defense Grid main? Okay. Attack? Huh? Maybe they should have more mana in their hand. Soul Ring. Oh, I'm an idiot! Sorry, chat. We hit that point in the night. Whoops. I could not play Soul Ring there. I had to just play the Momentum Breaker. It's okay. I don't think we were getting out of that one. I killed the construct. I still think we're not getting out of it, but we would definitely have been in a better spot. All right. I don't know how this game would have gone if I had countered this Vexing Bauble, but I can tell you the game would have gone better. So it's on me. It's definitely on me. It's really hard to determine if you're supposed to counter a Vexing Bauble when you have no things in hand. Just nothing. I had nothing in hand that would make me want to counter the Vexing Bauble, but I just had to anyways in case I drew cards that did matter. I don't think it's ever right to counter Lotus, unless you think they're mono white initiative, or I don't think counter Lotus is what I wanted to do there, but I do think I wanted to counter Bauble. So that's not an infrequent thing that happens to me either. That is a thing that I continually, I think, under evaluate. Like a lot of the times when you want to counter Bauble, it's very obvious you want to counter Bauble. But like when you have nothing in hand and you're losing a Time Walk, which looks actively good into Bauble, right? Time Walk is actively very good into Bauble. It's tough. It's tough. All right. Let's try again. I don't know. I could have won that game if I had played better. So it's sad. It's really hard to know. Yeah. Certainly a hand I'm keeping against Jewel. I did kill an animated lattice with stuff out. I did lose that game anyways. I just threw the game. It's my fault. Sorry. Ugh. Very frustrating. God, that's it. Just like Ancient Tomb Jet go. Wild. Definitely don't want to play Time Vault into like Metamorphs and stuff here. Hopefully I can find mana, get a stock up going. Are they just gonna like play another defense grid again? I'm wondering. I think I'm just gonna go negation pitch misstep. They have force. All right. I guess I'd rather not let this card be Carnival. All right, need to hit a land or a Mox. That's not an Opal. That works. Jet Scroll Ancestral. Seems like it. I mean, this is exactly how I want this match to go. Beautiful. That was very good Ancestral. That was one of my best Ancestrals all day. I am playing a Lurrus deck, so I cannot play a Karn in my deck. So they had turn 2 Ring with Force Backup, turn 3 Jewel. It's the only reason you tap this, right? I guess it could be... All right. Lose my stock up here. Sabotage. Hopefully they don't have Tinker after this. That was a great ancestral. It was by one of my best ancestrals. Ah, come on, bro. It's always Karn, man. What the? God bless, man. Well, if they go for lattice, they'll go down to 2 life and use up all their tombs. Maybe. I don't know, man. I've versed so many Karns in the last like 2 days. Ah. They're gonna know I have sabotage if I do this, right? Am I just supposed to play out my time vault in my academy anyways? This represents negation. I kind of want to like not represent negation. I don't know, maybe this is silly. I want them to lattice more than anything here. I need them to lattice. I need them to use their last ancient tombs to play a lattice. Like I need that, right? Like to win the game. Oh, they actually hit a land, so now they don't. No, they still need to use both ancient tombs to lattice. Am I supposed to bounce Karn? No, I was just going to counter the lattice. No, I think if they hit another... This is actually really hard. Because if they hit another mana source that plays Karn on the next turn, then... I die. I will have a Lurrus in play, but then they will have a Karn and they'll have an animated lattice and I'll lose. Karn will be an artifact. I float blue mana, lattice enters play, I bounce Karn. I untap, I play Lurrus Lotus. They're at 2, and they need to immediately top deck a non-Ancient Tomb, non-Workshop mana-producing card. Whereas if I counter this, they're still under pressure from Lurrus because they can't use these tombs. They have to find something else. If I bounce Karn, I can play Lurrus. I just need to figure out if it's right. They both do seem good. If I think my opponent has Force Blue card or the possibility of Force Blue card, it's quite good to let this resolve as well. Oh, shit, you're right. No, you're right. Workshop. All spells that aren't on the battlefield are... No, it won't be. It's colorless. It's not an artifact. Why not just counter it? Because my artifacts are turned off right now. And it's quite hard for me to win the game. I'm going to try bouncing it, chat. I think I'm going to try bouncing it. I'm going to try bouncing it. Because I get a Lurrus in play this turn. And I have my mana. And I make 1,000,000 mana off Tolarian Academy as well. This is a really cool line if it works, and I'm going to be really sad if it doesn't. Also, they can't force my Lurrus because they won't have blue card force. Wait, can I pay mana as any color? Yeah. All right, my opponent needs to draw a land that lets them play Karn. Because they're at 2. They drew Talon Gates! Okay. They could have been in their hand, by the way. So they replay Karn and they stand up Lattice, but they can't attack with Lattice. Maybe I made a mistake. I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, I guess I just lose to it right away. I don't know. Because I can't activate any abilities anymore. So they just have to stand up that every turn until they win. And I have no way to counteract this, right? Okay, so I guess I lost. That makes me feel like maybe I was, I don't know. Steel Sabotage. Damn. No. Okay, I think I misplayed. I think I was just supposed to counter it. Because I would have, like, it would have been slower, right? But, I mean, I wouldn't have had any... Ah, man. I feel like this play was too tricky, and I ended up losing because of it, right? Yeah. That's my fault, I guess. Yeah, I should have just countered it. How many lands do they have in there? How many? I mean, with Grim Monolith, there's probably like 1,000,000 things that actually like let Karn work here. No, I can't escape this unless they just mess up their Karn. So, I think I don't know, making them have a land versus like. I also could have drawn something, like. I drew land and I had infinite mana. It's like putting the game on my top deck and their top deck, kind of. I don't know if it's right or not. Did I miss something? No, like by not fetching a Surveil land? No, it doesn't change anything. Yeah, I could have fetched a Surveil land and maybe hit something off of Lurrus. Yeah. That's true. I could have done that. I would have hit we don't know what I would hit. Yeah, I could have done that. That's true. I'm not sure we had more of a chance of winning. That's the problem. I'm not actually convinced we had more of a chance of winning with this line. But maybe we did. But yeah, I could have it would have to be key. I think it would have to be key. I guess it could be top, key, bobble, maybe. Yeah. I definitely should have fetched and surveilled. I don't know. Pretty brutal. Well, they can't tutor anything good off of Karn because they only had 3 mana, right? So like they could have like they probably didn't have anything good. So I still would have had time to like buy Lurrus and maybe play Lurrus. I don't know. It was wrong. I think it was just wrong. So frustrating though. Both of those games are super frustrating. I think I threw both of them, so I think I just threw both of them. I think I threw both games. Why did I just like looked cool. It looked cool, so I did it. I mean, the biggest upside was it beat Force of Will blue card. That was probably the biggest upside. And it gave me a bunch of mana for anything I drew. I definitely should have fetched in Surveil Land, so I could have theoretically hit a millable artifact that I could have brought back that does something. There are not very many of those. There are like 3 or 2. I don't know. Let me just look at it again while we're still here. You just cannot close these stupid events, huh? I think losing the first game is more tilting than that one. Because the first game was like, I just need to counter this bobble. I know why I'm not countering this bobble here. I know why I didn't counter the bobble here, but I just like have to give myself. I just have to give myself more chances, right? Like I thought Time Walk would be pretty important, so I just wanted to keep the Time Walk. Like if I just simply draw no 0 drops, then it's very good that I didn't counter because I get the Time Walk and I can like play my lands and play out my stuff and like play bobble, play top, play vault, try to spin. And even if I don't Time Walk and they crack, I can still force. I know why I didn't counter the bobble here. It's just like I immediately drew Crypt Force of Will, right? This was also a spot I could have changed. I could have just taken this scroll and then I could have untapped and gone. I could have gone Time Walk and hoped to hit I land and going Ancient Merchant Scroll Ancestral. I just thought that was like kind of slow, but and it was kind of slow. I just got like beasted by a Karn again. How many Karns have I played against today? I feel like my opponent had Karn every game. Obviously, I messed this up, but I don't know if it would have mattered, right? If I had gone Momentum Breaker, they lose their guy, I attack, but they still had enough to play Lattice, right? 1, 3, 5, not yet. So maybe, but they could just like block every turn with Defense Grid too. I'm probably not winning that game after this point, but I mean, even if I negated this bobble, it's still a pretty bad spot. Like I'm not playing out Mana Vault. I mean, I get a Mana Vault and I get a Mana Vault, I get a Mana Crypt and a Sensei Stop Spin. So it's like pretty damn good. Yeah. This was just bad. I just have to counter the bobble there. So I threw that game with the not countering the bobble. And then this game, that's fine. That's fine. That's a great draw. I ripped a great draw there. And this is a pretty good draw too. Chat Ancestral. And then my Ancestral, I mean, I look at this. I like luck sack the shit out of this one. This was like one of my best Ancestrals of the entire day. They immediately had, so they had One Ring Force backup, then Coveted Jewel. And I drew a Sabotage. I drew a Sabotage and they immediately had Karn. Yeah, that's just unreal, isn't it? Academy. I baited the lattice and then still lost. What did they play this turn? They played this. So they hadn't played a land yet, right? This turn they hadn't even played a land. This is just wrong, right? I counter this. They pass. I buy Lurrus. I buy Lurrus and I play my fetch land and I Chevelle. I play my Lurrus. I mean, it's hard to even... Well, it's not hard to buy Lurrus and play Sabotage, so I guess not. Or I would have already hit it. Yeah, I can't play Consign. I need to be able to bounce Null Rods. This is just wrong. I just counter this and hope that buying Lurrus later is good enough. Yeah, I just got too cute with it. That's just not a play I'm allowed to make. I mean, there are ways I win this game from this spot. Like, I definitely should have fetched here for the small chance that I have a bobble or a key. And I can hit, like, stock up, and I can hit PO, and I can hit blue cards. I mean, it's impossible to know what's in the Karn board because they, like, board things in and out. They could even, like, have, you know, who knows? It's unlikely that they have something that matters at 3 mana, though. For some reason, they had boarded in... Or they boarded in Masticore in this game, right? Or did they get it off Karn? I don't know. No, they had Masticore. So, like, Masticore is the next card that they get. But they need to hit, like, a certain mana situation to get that card into play. Masticore is pretty damn good against me trying to win with Lurrus, for what it's worth. So if I, like, counter this Lattice, then they are still forced to, like, draw lands and play Masticore, right? And I have much less mana because there's a Karn in play. I can't use my mana vaults. I only have 4 mana. I don't get to do anything with this Lurrus besides hope that they don't find mana. I mean, all of these things involve me just, like, hoping my opponent doesn't find mana. They also, like, can hit 1 mana like this right here and have Metamorph on my Lurrus. That would also lose the game for me here. I don't know. This is, like, an aggressive... I'm kind of, like, thinking that maybe this, like, aggressive line just has some merit. I don't think I would have done this if I didn't think it had at least some merit, but maybe I just don't know if I, like, overestimated how much chances I had of winning by doing this. I don't know, let me know in the YouTube comments. We'll see. I do think that I'm the most upset about not countering this bobble, though. I just have to counter this bobble. Like, it's just, to give myself the highest chance of winning, I think I just have to counter this bobble. Even though it looks like it's stupid, I just have to do it. All right, 5-3. I'm definitely unhappy about 5-3. If I was 6-2, then it would be, you know, another 6-2 outing. But I'm not convinced anything about our deck list was poorly conceived. I thought the dress down change went well. And I thought the Bowmasters was fine in the sideboard. I did cut a negation for a Bowmaster, so theoretically I would have had a third negation for my Jewel matchups if I had... but I still brought in Bowmasters versus Jewel every time, right? So I didn't draw Bowmasters, so that wouldn't have mattered because it was the same slot as negation. I don't feel like the Jewel matchup is bad, but I did get completely demolished 4-0 in games versus Jewel today. They didn't really mulligan, though, so that didn't really help. I think all 4 games they kept 7-card hands, and there were 4 games of Karn. It's probably not a good thing for me. Because we lost 4 games to Jewel, and then we lost 2 games to Deathrite Shaman. I mean, look at this shit. A 2-star is 8-0. Just a perfect deck choice for the day. Like, really impressive. A perfect deck choice. So, props to a 2-star for playing Lurrus Deathrite Shaman. Looks like we'll have Kobe, Sprouts, Nico, or I guess it's Neko. In the top 8. Jordan's still battling game 3. Ash is still battling game 3. Should be a really powerful top 8. Yeah, I think I chose the right deck for me for this tournament, and I'm pretty happy with the 75. I assume Kobe's on Raker Shops, from what I understand. This is definitely the best 75 for me personally. I'm not saying this is the best 75 that you can build for Lurrus PO, and it's probably not the best 75 that you could have built for Lurrus PO for this tournament. But for me in particular, I really thought this was good. I think if I was to know my matchup spread ahead of time that I was going to face today, I may have wanted a different card instead of second momentum breaker, but it's impossible to know, right? We played Lurrus Control, Lurrus Deathrite Shaman, Raker Shops, Jewel, Lurrus PO, Jewel. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say. I am still hopeful that the end of the month we'll have another chance with the showcase, and hopefully I can convert there. Don't forget to tune in next weekend. Next weekend is going to be the Magic Online Daybreak Creator Showdown for Vintage. Upwards, 30 plus vintage streams all happening at the same time. Everyone who plays in that tournament is going to stream their point of view, whether that's on X or Twitch or YouTube. So you're gonna have at least I'm hoping for 30. We'll see exactly how many end up in the tournament, but I'm hoping for 30 plus vintage streams next Saturday. That'll be a little earlier than normal. That'll be 12. That'll be noon instead of 1. But that should be super exciting. There'll be lots of different vintage action to check out. I will definitely be playing in that. And then of course at the end of the month, on the 29th, there is the last vintage showcase. Between the last vintage showcase and if I don't make it there, some LCQs, we do have a few more chances to try to qualify for the Mox qualifier. Thank you for hanging out today. More vintage action on my YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.